Hi, everybody. Welcome to the official Supercross Live pre-show fueled by Monster Energy. Kevin Barnett and Jim Holley, as always. This week from New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, where just a few weeks ago it was the NCAA Final Four, and now the Monster Energy Supercross starts its Final Four races of the season, Jim.
Yeah, and I wish we had the Final Four in the championship fight. Unfortunately, Villapoto wrapped up that championship a couple weeks ago in Houston, and it was good for him, but a lot of injuries this year, and another injury, Louisiana's own Kevin Windham unfortunately got off in Houston, not riding tonight, but I'm sure he'll be here signing autographs for his fans.
Yeah, Kevin Windham will be down here, very popular, and will certainly be missed. Caught his toe and had that unfortunate wreck. He is out for the rest of the season. But let's start with the Supercross Lights East Regional Class. Last regular weekend for them before the finale in Vegas in early May. And the story is all about Justin Barcia. 32-point lead, could wrap up the championship tonight.
Well, it's possible. I mean, he's got to have a good night, and he's had 5 nuclear hole shots, over the season. Unfortunately, last time we raced 2 weeks ago in Houston, he had that problem on that last lap with Lance Vincent. But I think they're over it. It's water underneath the bridge, so to speak. Let's get done with it. Let's move on. And he just needs to do what he's been doing. I mean, just get that hole shot and just ride his own race, and he'll wrap up that championship back to back for him if he can do it here tonight in New Orleans.
Barcia's shown the ability to check out quite frequently, but right behind him, Blake Wharton has had a couple of good races. Ken Roxon picked up his first win of the season last race in Houston. These guys only separated by 8 points. Going to be a battle for that second place spot.
Yeah, you mentioned that, Wharton and Roxon. That's a key position because there's a lot of extra money on the line for if you finish second or third in the championship. But in your contract, and for Ken Roxon, that win 2 weeks ago in Houston, that was a gimme. He knows that Barcia threw it away, but on the other hand, Roxon was leading one and he threw it away. So they're kind of even in that department, but I still think Ken Roxon wants to beat Barcia head-to-head. But you know what? If he wins tonight, and Barcia's probably going to say, well, I was just here to wrap up a championship. They play a lot of mind games like that.
Well, that was my question. I talked to Ken Roxon over the break, saw him outdoor testing out at one of the tracks in Southern California, and he said, yeah, it was kind of a lucky win. But I wonder what the difference is between Barcia getting tangled up with Vincent and Roxon, who was leading earlier this year, throwing it away over a jump on his own when Barcia was not going to win. What's the difference there in luck? I think luck always plays a part of it.
Well, I think the luck is that it was unlucky that Lance Vincent got into the back of Barcia. When Ken Roxon threw it away, he threw it away all by himself. So, that's a different thing. Barcia had a little help on that bad luck with Lance Vincent getting into the back of him. But, a couple guys that I think need to get wins. Wharton's already got a win on the season, but Blake Baggett and Darren Durham on the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki team, they have yet to win this year in 2012 on that East Coast. And I know these last final 2 rounds, they'd love to get a couple wins under their belt.
Okay, lots to watch still in the Supercross Lights East Regional. Of course, last regular race, they will finish up the season in Vegas, first week of May. Moving over to the Supercross class, Jim, you talked about it, already wrapped up by Ryan Villapoto. He has the championship. For him personally, does everything shift now over to the outdoors? Is he immediately on outdoors testing, or is he still remaining focused on Supercross and trying to pick up victories to finish the year?
Well, I know, the Monday after Houston, he was on the Pulp MX podcast, and he said, hey, man, I got a couple 2 30-minute motos under my belt. So I think his focus is towards the outdoors, but he still wants to win races here. And, that battle is for second place. Dungy still has that second place, believe it or not, but 1 point over Millsaps. And, the thing for Millsaps, with that second that he had in Houston, he's just got to try to build on that and stay consistently on the podium, and he'll finish up second. His teammate, though, James Stewart, not going to be here in Houston. That hand injury affected him, but we hear a lot of rumors that James Stewart may not be on a Yamaha anymore. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it seems like with the championship wrapped up, it kind of frees people's minds to talk about all sorts of random rumors about what may happen for next year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even worried about next year. I'm worried about the outdoor season. I think if you're James Stewart, you maybe, we won't see him ride Supercross anymore. Who knows? You never know. He definitely wants to get healed up, and he definitely wants to make that bike work for him. I know he's not still happy with that bike.
All right, every week we walk in. This is the first look at the track, and I look out, Jim, at this track. Haven't been here in a few years, but it's very deep, dark dirt, almost looks like oatmeal. And then all the little white flecks you're going to see in the track, those aren't rocks, those are shells talk to me about this dirt. What are we going to see dirt-wise tonight?
Well, I think, traditionally here, it kind of has a tendency to get hard packed. We were walking it, even though it looks wet and it has moisture in it, it's packed solid. And, it just depends. You got a lot of bikes out there, a lot of things can happen, but those seashells are going to be interesting because not only do you got to deal with the roost, now you got to deal with seashells falling off.
You running hand guards for seashells?
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of guys do run them. I mean, you'll see a lot of guys coming out of the back onto the starting line here. They'll duck their heads and hide the roost because those things do hurt.
All right, lots of good racing action to come from New Orleans. We'll have stuff for you all day. Remember, this race is on Speed tomorrow and on CBS, the two lights and Supercross class. So we are your source all day long. We'll have a post-practice report, lots of rider interviews, and a post-race report. And there's lots of other action happening. Vegas already sold out for the last event of the year, but the Monster Energy Cup coming up in October, tickets still available for that. And now the 2013 tickets about to go on sale. If you're a Cross Club member, you can go to supercrossonline.com and sign up free to become a Cross Club member. You'll get first shot at those tickets. So I'm Kevin, he's Jim, all day long here in New Orleans.